This is required.
Suyog group of institutions.com/notice board.
In log on ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ?
Suyog group of institutions.
ನಮ್ದು ತೆಗಿಯೋಲ್ಲ ಅವರ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಫೇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್
Slide.
You have to only take the right line. Yes.
Education is not a tool for development, individual, community, or nation. It is the foundation of our future. It is empowerment to make choices and emboldens the youth to chase their dream. These are some wise words said by Neeta Ambani. A very warm welcome to the August gathering. Today, I, Ananya Mohan, take immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the inauguration of academic year 2021 by Suyog Group of Institutions, Suyog College of Nursing, and Suyog Institute of Allied Health Science. We would mark the beginning of this auspicious day by invocation by Mrs. Veena.
Mannu ರಿಲೇಟರ್
ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ಕನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಆಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಪರಮ ಪವಿತ್ರನೇ ಮೂಷಿಕಾಹನ ಮುನಿ ಜನತೆ ಮಹಾ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ.
Now I'd like to call upon Dr. Rajendra Prasad, CEO of Suyog Institute, Suyog Group of Institutions, to welcome our guests and to give us a brief introduction about the hospital.
CON.
ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ
A warm welcome to all. Myself, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, CEO, Suyog Group of Institutions. Indeed, it gives me an immense pleasure to invite Dr. Rajendra Swami sir, who is a medical director for Manipur Group of Institutions and farmer, and presently founder chairman of Medicine Healthcare Systems. I warmly welcome you, sir. Okay. Secondly, I welcome the guest of honor, Dr. M.S. Amegoda, the next Vice Chancellor of Karnataka State Open University, and the next Director of Indira Gandhi National Open University, and present CEO of Aditya Degree University. I welcome you, sir. It's a great pleasure to invite our Honorable Chairman, Founder, eminent speaker, academician, Dr. S.P. Yogana sir, for this warm presentation. I also welcome Vice Chairman, Dr. Seema Yogana, for this inauguration. Lastly, but not the least, I welcome all the students and delegates for this inaugural academic activity of 2021. Now I would like to give the presentation about the hospital in brief.
Yes.
Yeah. I am talking about the Suyog Group of Institution and Suyog Hospital. Wherein Suyog Group of Institution is under Suyog Trust. We are running the Suyog College of Nursing and Institute of Allied Health Science. This is the campus of Suyog Hospital, which is located at Ramakrishna Nagar, Mysore. About the hospital, it's a multi-super specialty hospital which was started from 2017.
Go for the slide present. ಅಲ್ಲೇ Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah. They are located in Mysore and it is spread across 2 acres of land. In the campus, it is about 400-bed hospital with 71 physical care beds with 7 operating theaters catering around 25 specialties. It is bound under the guiding principles of providing a complete medical services to the patients with care, concern, and compassion. Suyog Hospital provides a state-of-art infrastructure with a well-integrated information system. Our Suyog Hospital journey was started since 2017 under the guidance, leadership of Honorable Founder, Chairman, Dr. S.P. Yogana, who is a renowned cardiologist, academician, writer, with a vast experience of 42 years, above all, a successful entrepreneur. Suyog Hospital provides 24/7 facilities, which includes emergency services, radiology services, medical laboratory, ICUs, cath lab, operation theaters, and dialysis units. Here are a few photographs of the well-equipped CT, MRI machines, X-rays, and ultrasonogram machines, OPG machines, operation theater, and well-equipped ICUs. Now coming on to the Suyog Group of Institutions, wherein I told it as having 2 institutions under the institution, the Suyog Group of College of Nursing and Institute of Allied Health Science. Our campus is situated in the Google map in the Ramakrishna Nagar, one of the prime area of Mysore city, which is around 6 kilometers away from the Mysore railway station, 8 kilometers away from the KSRTC bus stand, and it is 7 kilometers away from the Mysore Palace. It is surrounded by a greenery environment in the 4th floor of Suyog Hospital parent institution with a spacious environment which has been built over area of around 25,000 square feet area. Colleges are always planned and built in such a way Suyog College to create an educational atmosphere to all the learners. The main salient features of our institution is that it's a very spacious, situated in a beautiful environment with a 400-bedded multi-speciality parent hospital, highly qualified and experienced teaching faculties, well-equipped laboratories to train students, well-furnished library with a good number of books and journals, and a well-furnished hostel for both the boys, girls, and which ensures safety, comfort, and specific varieties of food specialties and audiovisual teaching system. Our main vision of Suyog Group of Institutions is that to prepare an excellent healthcare providers to serve the mankind with a complete care, with concern, compassion, and to produce graduates and middle-level technicians of high standards which are acceptable locally, nationally, and internationally. Our mission is that our institutions are very much committed to produce healthcare personnel of national and international quality with compassion and empathy who are eligible to serve across the globe. We also try to provide a quality education, training with skills, focused on a creative and innovative teaching, learning, evaluation, productive research, and extension activities aimed at effectively solving economic, social, emotional, and environmental issues. As I said, teaching learning activities includes a meaningful educational experience in our institution, which is tailored to the many roles of nurses played in the healthcare system. Our student-centered approach is always there to use a variety of high-impact, engaging learning experience, diversity of authentic experiences, assessments, and contemporary digital learning technology. Our aim is to prepare compassionate, agile, resilient graduate with an effective problem-solving skills required for a registered nurse. As we have a library and ICT facility which includes information, communication, and technology, which is a well-furnished library with a good number of textbooks, reference books, journals, periodicals. Our digital library is always equipped with an adequate number of computers with high-speed internet facilities. We are subscribed to the Helena Digital Library offered by Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Sciences. We have, as I said, we are being located in the hospital, parent hospital. We have a very eminent teaching faculty from the other fraternity and OPG department, radiology department, from the department of nephrology, surgery, pediatrics, from the department of general medicine, pathology, neurosurgery. Dr. Seema Yogana is from dentistry, and Dr. Physiotherapy, Mr. Jovin, and we have various nursing faculty from nursing department. We also conduct the co-curricular and extracurricular activities, which makes the student create a platform to exhibit and to bring out their talents by conducting various co-curricular, cultural, and sports events. We believe in education, bring out the hidden talents in the students. We also train students to overcome all kinds of stage fear and to motivate time and again to bring out the best in them. We have a good hostel facility which is well furnished, and we offer safety and comfort to all the students with a delicious and nutritious food. Students must reside in the hostel for the whole period of training except the local students if any. We have convenience for transfer facilities for the academic activities of the students. I thank all the students and to continue the inaugural function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to invite Dr. S.P. Yogana, Honorable Chairman of Suyog Group of Institutions, to grace the occasion by lighting the lamp.
That's right.
Safe.
ಕೊಡಿ ಕೊಡಿ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಶಿಕ್ಷಾವಂತರ
Yes. I now request Dr. S.P. Yogana to give the inaugural speech.
The presiding eminent scholar in the field, Dr. Nagendra Swami, and former Vice Chancellor and one of the pillar of this institute, Dr. N.S. Amegoda, the CEO of this group, Dr. Arjun Prasad, and the Vice Chairman of the Suyog Group of Institution, Dr. Seema Yogadna, the faculties of Suyog Group of Institutions, my friends. I take this as a pride, and also the day to be written the golden letter of the journey of my life, because from a long way I dreamt two services after becoming a doctor. One is to build a hospital to cater to the needs of the people. And I always believe education and spreading the knowledge is most important for at large and a specific group in particular, to make them to understand this mysterious human body and the creation. Nothing is equal to knowledge. So I had a dream of putting up an institution which caters on one side the health service and other side the health education. By the grace of God, by the blessings of my elders, and love of all my friends and relatives, this has become true in my life. I take it as a pride. This day, Suyog Group of Institution is starting his academic career or to our students. At the outset, as the head of the institution, I welcome all my students. They are my children, and they are You are not a student. I don't consider you a student. You are all our family members. So therefore, I welcome all my students who have been enrolled into this institution for this program, and you will be a part of this institution. See, this institution, I have a different vision to build up this institution, especially the education institution. Now, it may be a medical education institution. It may be today a nursing college. It may be today a paramedical courses. Tomorrow, I don't know, this institution may enlarge into a larger. It may embrace all the faculties, all the courses of which are available internationally in the medical education, and may also in the general education. It may grow, it will grow, it shall grow. But one important thing I always keep it in mind, overall development of this group. It is not only giving a medical knowledge, it is not only giving you a nursing knowledge, it is not only giving you a paramedical course knowledge, medical knowledge. This institution is committed to make you a good human being. So therefore, I always insist, and you will always see in your academic activities some chapters, some syllabus, which are not academic, may not be of academic interest, but certainly we are going to train you how to live in this mysterious world and how to be a human being, how to gain empathy, sympathy, all these things we will going to mold you to make you as a perfect human being who has a capacity to face any challenges in their life. So therefore, I have told my principals to accommodate, to include certain syllabuses, which I am sure I myself is going to give the syllabuses, and you will be taught those syllabuses also may not be of academic interest, which will help you to mold your personality and courage, conviction, and humanitarian. These things are not taught today in our any medical colleges or any education institution. I feel that is most important than making you a medical technocrat. So therefore, you will see that Suyog institution will be a different institution. Our vision is totally different, and you are our children. So in a days to come, the students who studies in these should remember the footprints of the knowledge which they gain. It should be a foundation for their overall development in their future. That impact we are going to make you on you. My friends, today we have started the academic online because of various corona reason and all. Maybe from January 1st, so everything goes, we may start the actual colleges. This institution will have a very good teachers. And believe me that my ambition is to get the best out of it. You will get a medical college teachers. I am sure you have got a faculty in our hospital who are all very highly skilled, highly experienced teachers who are in the medical colleges, head of the department, professors and all. I am assure you that I am going to bring the best teachers. I myself being a teacher, I have assured my academy, I will also take classes because I know the best I want to cater. So with this and today function is again I want to tell you this is one of the most memorable events, a golden letter written event, not only in the achievements of the CEO group of institutions in my life, you will also realize in future when you associate with us, this day will also be a golden letter day. We want to make you this day also a golden letter day in your life also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to welcome the guest of honor, Dr. N.S. Ramegowda, ex-Vice Chancellor of Open University, to say a few words.
ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈ ಸಮಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯಗೀತೆ ವಹಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ನಾಗೇಂದ್ರ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರೇ, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಯೋಗಣ್ಣ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜನ್ಕುಸರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೀಮಾ ಯೋಗಣ್ಣ ಅವರೇ, ಕಾಲೇಜಿನ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ಗಳೇ, ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, today is a very auspicious day for all of us, and it has been well presented before all of you by the President, Sri Dr. Suyog. Two important institutions, Suyog Trust has been starting from today. One is Suyog Nursing College, and another Suyog Allied Health Institutions. In fact, mere service alone would not be beneficial to the community unless it's linked with education. This has been the dream of Dr. Yogan and all of us. As a result, today, two institutions have come into existence. These two institutions are affiliated to Rajiv Gandhi Health University and also approved by Government of Karnataka. And the basic requirements of an institution, as you all know, is infrastructure. Infrastructure are of two types: the physical infrastructure and the academic infrastructure. Whoever visits this campus, how big the campus is, how prestigious the campus is, how well equipped the campus is, has been well presented by the CEO, Dr. Inaugural. The moment you enter this campus, you will get a very beautiful impression of almost a university. Of course, to begin with, it is a college and an hospital. Maybe after 10 or 15 years, under the guidance of the Governor and the two Sima Governor and Rajiv, and all of you together, it will become a university. We wish it to become a university. And very briefly, the basic requirements of a college is that you must have infrastructure, I said, the academic infrastructure and the physical infrastructure. Both are well done. Both are well done. It will attract anybody who is visiting physically or trying to know about us through our website. Then a good faculty. In fact, we have a good faculty in the sense the hospital has been running for the last 4 or 5 years. We have good doctors in various areas of specialization. Plus, we also have teachers in the discipline of nursing. In fact, when we talk of teacher, in addition to their teaching ability of the student, they must also get trained as to know how the teaching and evaluation techniques have been greatly getting changed, and especially in the context of unfortunate pandemic, the kind of classroom teaching is being replaced by online teaching. To make online teaching very effective, the teachers should get trained. We are reading from the. In fact, internet provides all the information. In fact, teacher is no more a friend, philosopher, and a guide. He's only a facilitator because every information is available on it. So therefore, online education has become very popular. But we don't restrict ourselves for online education itself. We also will have face-to-face institution, and hopefully, the pandemic problem, the Corona problem, would get solved in a month or two. Then we will have face-to-face. And Rajiv Gandhi University itself is in a dilemma as to when to start their colleges under their ambit. I only read in newspaper. Yesterday, medical colleges are started. And one good news through the newspaper is that 50-60% of the students are attending medical college. Because it's very, you can't try to understand everything through online unless you physically process it. So therefore, medical colleges have started from yesterday. Maybe nursing and other institutions would be gradually get started. We don't wait for that call from Rajiv Gandhi. We will start ourselves. In teaching, learning, evaluation, our teachers get trained and we will improve upon it. Then, of course, research. Our teachers may not be able to take it up right now, but research need not be of a very high-end research. even the low-end research of solving the problems of students, problems of the community is also basically a research too. So research also, in fact, the principal of our Allied Health Science and Mr. Pune is a PhD holder. Hopefully, you would start some research activities also. The principal of the nursing college will also start some, because some kind of research has to take place. Then the third component of a college or a university, apart from teaching, learning, evaluation, research, then is the extension activity. In fact, extension is mainly projected through medical colleges. And if I were to remember in my career as an administrator and a teacher, the two institutions which provide service to the community is the medical institution and the agricultural institution. So that also will be taken up by us very seriously. So with all, I mean, there are several things to, and Raja Prasad also made a mention, we will have good hostel facilities for our students. We will have good transport facilities for our students. And we have given phone numbers of our principals also. As a result, students and the parents, they can get what progress the college has been making and the wards are making can be well understood. And I will also be, they say, have a responsibility to come and guide the development of this institution. And thanks for the responsibility given by Dr. S.P. Yoganna to be a part of this great institution, because we have a dream of developing institution at our own passion and understanding. That opportunity has been given to me. So I would like to take that opportunity very well. And I wish these two great institutions, as I said, they would not remain just an institution. Ultimately, they get developed as a university. I wish all the best.
Thank you, sir. We now begin with the orientation, and to enlighten us about the academic activities of nursing, I would like to invite Mr. Madhusad, Principal, Suyog Group of Nursing. Welcome, Mr.
Good morning, one and all. So, respected Dr. Nagendra sir, Dr. Yoganna, Dr. Ramaigoda sir, Dr. Rajat Prasad sir, and Dr. Seema Yoganna, and so all the faculty members here, and all the doctors, and the staff of the Suyog hospitals, and my dear students, and those who are along with them, those who are attending their families. So I would like to welcome all of you on to the Suyog group of families. So myself, I'm Mahadev Prasad, principal of Suyog College of Nursing. First of all, I would like to congratulate all our students, those who are choosing the nursing. So, because choosing the noble professions, nursing is globally considered as noble professions. So, it is coordinated by the Florence Nightingale, so whom we call as the lady of the land. And nursing is both an art and science. Of course, it's a vocation, and delivering the service to mankind with empathy and compassion. So, with the nursing as a profession that assumes the responsibility for both the continuous care of the sick, the injured, and the disabled, and the dying. The nurses and midwives account for nearly 50% of global health workforce, but currently, world is facing the enormous shortage of nurses. The World Health Organization forecasts world needs an additional 9 billion nurses and midwives by the year 2030. So, dear students, by choosing nursing, so you can have a promising career for future. So there won't be any question of unemployment in the nursing hospitals. Just I would like to brief about our course. So that's it's a BSc nursing course. So the duration is 4 years. Just I will look at the syllabus. The first thing is the first in the first year, you will be having the English 60 hours, anatomy, physiotherapy, nutrition 60 hours, biochemistry 30 hours, nursing foundation. There are 265 hours of theory and 200 hours of lab and 450 hours of the practicals in the clinical side. In the psychology 60 hours, microbiology 60 hours, introduction to computer 45 years, then Kannada 30 hours, library and self-study 50 hours, co-curricular activity for the 50 years. Next. In the second year, you will be having the sociology, that's 60 hours, pharmacology, 45 hours, pathology, 30 hours, genetics, 15 hours, and medical and surgical nursing, that including the geriatrics, that's the 210 hours of the theory and the 720 hours of the practicals. Community health nursing, that's the 90 hours of theory and 135 hours of the practicals. Communication and education technology, 60 hours of theory and 30 hours of the practicals. And the library and self-study, 50 hours, and co-curricular activities for the 35 years. In third year, you will be having the medical surgical nursing, including the adult and pediatrics, that's 120 hours of the theory and 230 hours of the practicals. Child health nursing, that's the pediatrics, 90 hours of the theory and 270 hours of the practicals. Mental health nursing, 90 hours of theory and 270 hours of practicals. Nursing research and statistics, that's 45 hours of theory, and the project you have to do in the fourth year. And the library work and self-study, 50 hours, co-curricular activity for the 50 years. Then in the fourth year, you will be having the midwifery, obstetrical nursing and the OBG, 90 hours of theory and 180 hours of the practical hours. Community health nursing, 90 hours of theory and 135 hours of the practical hours. And management of nursing service, that's the administration part, and the 60 hours of the theory and 40 hours of the practical. Then when it comes to the attendance, so all students, for appear to the university examinations, that including the online classes what we are taking and the offline classes, so 80% of the minimum 80% of the attendance is required. So both in the theory and the practical. But to complete the course, that should complete the 100% of attendance in practical before the course completion and to award of the degree. That's what you have to compensate if there is any absentees during the practical hours. Then internal assessment, the regular periodic assessment that shall be conducted throughout the course. So we will be having, they must have the minimum 50% of the marks reserved for internal assessment in theory and minimum 50% of the marks in practicals to eligible for the university examination. Then internal marks will be calculated based on the sessional exams, model exams, and the unit test. And the schedule of the examination, university will have the annual examination, that's once in a year, and the criteria to pass. The theory component that consists of the marks obtained in the university, that's the written papers, and the internal assessment, that's the theory. For a passing theory, a candidate shall secure not less than 50% of the marks in aggregate and marks obtained in written examination and internal assessment added together. For the passing the practical or the clinical examination, a candidate shall secure not less than 50% of marks in aggregate, that's the marks obtained in the university or the practical or clinical examination, and internal assessment mark that will be added together. That means that including the internal and the externals, so you must secure the 50% of the mark. If the candidate is not securing the 50% of the marks in aggregate in theory and practical or clinical examination in subject, that shall be declared to have failed in that subject and is required to appear for both the theory and practical, that's the clinical, again in the subsequent examination. Which means that if the candidate is failed in theory, again he has to appear for the practical also. If he failed in practical, again he has to appear for the both the theory and practical. Then in the declaration of class, so the book is based on, okay, so 75% of the marks and more, so you will be awarded as distinction. 65 to 75, so will be awarded as first class. 50 to 65 will be the second term. If you are passing university examination with more than one attempt, so irrespective of the percentage, it will be considered as the first class. Candidate failing with more than 2 subjects will not be promoted for the next year. A candidate a student must admit it to the subsequent higher examination unless the candidate has passed in all the papers in the previous examination. Then, if a candidate is failed in theory and practical exam in that paper, he shall reappear for both the theory and practical. Thank you all and wishing you all the best. Hope this pandemic will end soon, and we all will have the real-time classes soon. So, once again, I congratulate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I'd like to welcome Dr. Puneet HR, Vice Principal, Suyog Institute of Allied Health Sciences, to give the orientation to the academic view.
Yesterday, to make it stay brief.
I think I will be from study.
Good morning, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, and my colleagues and all others. So I am Dr. Puneet here to present orientations. Very first, I would like to welcome to our Suyog group of institutions. So Suyog Institute of Allied Health Sciences, myself, Dr. Puneet, will be presenting the orientation to the courses. So very first, I would like to highlight on the need of the health sciences. So Allied Health Sciences, according to the statistics I have, from the Lancet, the report from the Lancet says around 40 deaths per 1,000. The infantile death, the mortality of the infants is 40, which is very high among the Indians. And majority of the Indians are dying, 24 lakh per year are dying. Of course, it was a treatable condition. That was due to the poor quality care and due to the lack of access of healthcare. That was the need for the allied health sciences, that is the healthcare people we want in emergency. So allied health science is a separate stream. It is a newly established stream with health professionals which contribute to the healthcare. So they have a lot of options. The graduate they can be in the country, the demand even outside and abroad as a medical technologist. So where and there they have opportunities. So they have opportunities in the academic programs of teaching, then hospitals, health insurance companies, medical research organizations, medical transcription firms, business process outsourcing companies, etc. They can even pursue for MSc later on after the graduation. So these are the different careers. The previous was opportunities and the careers they can grow through is the clinical research associates as a medical writers, clinical data coordinators, drug development associate, clinical project manager, clinical research manager, clinical data manager, analytical chemist, and biostatisticians. So these are the courses offered by our prestigious institute: the BSc Medical Laboratory Technology, the Renal Dialysis Technology, Respiratory Care Technology, Anesthesia and Operation Theatre Technology, and BSc Imaging Technology. These are the courses offered by our prestigious institute. So regarding the course, in a brief, it's a 4-year program with 1 year of internship. Okay. So regarding the English, if the standard is through English medium, then the scheme of examination annual, it is an annual scheme. So 80% attendance for theory is must, and the regular classes cannot be replaced by special classes for attendance. Then assessment, we have internal assessment and also university exams. So in the university exams, they have to score altogether 50% in combination with the internal assessment. I'll give the details. So these are the internal assessment. First year, it is 20 marks for theory and practical 10 marks. So in the second and third year, they have 20 marks for the theory and practical. These are the okay. So these are the instruction. See, this is a in the first year. In the first year, the subject is common for all the courses. So they have as in the medicals. So human anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, microbiology. They have these papers common in the first year for all the courses. Then in the second year, the individual courses will begin. So, and regarding the classes, usually the classes will be engaged from 9 to 4 in the between Monday and Thursday, and Friday, Saturday they have clinical or lab posting. This will be the tentative timetable that will happen in the offline mode. Then regarding the subjects in the further subsequent years, I have mentioned in the PPT. So I will just give the detail of one of the course, MLT. For MLT, in the second year, they have biochemistry, microbiology, pathology, and in the further final year, the details of those same subjects, biochemistry, microbiology, and pathology. So again, the subsequent, I don't want to detail all those. So respiratory care technology, here are the subjects with then for second year and third year. Then here are the subjects for anesthesia and OT technology, the different papers in respect to the specific departments. Then for imaging technology. Then and subsidiary subjects. These are the subsidiary subjects. University will not conduct exam. The exams will be conducted by our college only. So this is English, Kannada, and healthcare in the first year. Sociology, Constitution of India, environmental science and health in the second year, and third year ethics, database management, research and biostatistics, computer application. In addition, we are including the morality, the classes based on morality. Then regarding renal dialysis technology, the third year subjects. Then I said, but in renal dialysis technology, the subsidiary subjects are different. For in second year, nutrition. The third year, medical legal aspects of healthcare, basic principles of blood transfusion and fluid therapy, and healthcare management. These are the subsidiary subjects for renal dialysis technology. So again, as said, pass criteria is same as 50% minimum. Then for subsidiary, it is 35%. Then for second year and third year, altogether it should be 50%. That is including university exam and internal assessment. The aggregate should cross 50%. And carryover benefit? Yes. And regarding the carryover system, at least the who fails in any two, okay, can carry the subject to the next year. Okay, but he or she should pass before the examination of the second year. So this is the declaration. So this is regarding the Allied Health Sciences course. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to call upon Dr. Nagendra Swami to deliver the presidential address.
First of all, hearty congratulations to the Suyog institution. Today, the Suyog group of institutions have charted a new course. It's my proud privilege to be sitting amongst the great visionary, a person with hunger even at this point of time to do something and deliver, by their Dr. Chairman, Dr. Yoganath. He is amazing. Every time I meet him, I can never stop thinking how much more he wants to do and what he wants to do. His proud company of our well-known educationist and also a former Vice Chancellor and presently CEO of the Adishingiri Group, Sir Dr. Inaugural, young dynamic CEO, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. You have taken a very, very ambitious, daunting task. I think the right time to take that on young shoulders to take it was all my colleagues, friends, principals, and especially the students and the parents who could be watching this. First of all, let me congratulate you for having taken the course and then having chosen Suyog. And parents, we must appreciate along all the available options, you have chosen a new university, new institution, which is planning to chart a new course, new destination in healthcare. For me, education, service deliverability, and research are fundamentals of any institution. If you look at the world giants across the world, whether it is a John Hopkins, whether it is Stanford University, whether it is any of the big group, they are into all the three streams. Then only they become a thing, a place where healthcare is delivered as a center of excellence. The teaching is done in the education side and the research too. complemented. I'm sure research will be an automatic choice of what generation you have taken now. Once you start the education and the teaching, it will become. We are happy, proud that as a part of medicine, we are associated with Suyog, and we will be very, very interested in continuing this journey because along with the theoretical knowledge, you require a very sound practical place where you apply what you learn theoretically to see how effective it is. I, being in my 35 years of career as a healthcare administrator, I have seen lot of people find a very difference between the theory and the practice. Ultimately, your theory is a foundation to do practically what you want to do. Okay. One thing that I love, what our chairman said, is character building. Education, proficiency, medal, first, second, all will come. But can we build a character in the people that we work? When I say character, it's important to be a human being first in this industry. This industry is full of humans. I may have the best of the infrastructure, machines and everything. If the human touch is lost, this industry has nothing. If you see the logo of the medicine, it has got four crosses. One is for the clinician, one is for the nursing and the allied sciences, one is for the administrative focus, one is for the patient. We are all working for that patient group, that public, that community. Without them, none of us are here. We have no role to play. As long as we know, you see, you all know the journey of the patient, how we started. We used to call him a client, customer, few decades back. Now, then he became a guest. They thought, okay, customer is a guest now. Today's thing is, he is a relation, blood relation. How are you going to treat your mother, your father, your sister? Will you give the same care to your patients who walk into this hospital? I firmly believe that revenue or commercial entity is an outcome of what you give to your patients. If you drive your clinical services properly and care for them and cure for them, believe me, revenue will automatically fall into place. You don't need to do anything extra. Every person who walks out of this hospital, like yesterday I said, should be your brand ambassador. You should go out and say, I was very happy with the service. Value for money. Every one of us who work in this institution is a marketing person. It is not that 5, 6 of them who go and say. Each one of them have a responsibility to talk about Suyog and put what do we stand in society for. For a hospital which has started just few years back, it has tremendously grown. Yesterday I was with quite a number of cities, most doctors and having exchange. All of them unanimously have told the work that has been done during the COVID and the pandemic in Suyog is excellent. That's all proud moments for us. These are all moments of truth when the people come, see you and experiment. I was always feeling if these patients who were forced to come in, if they go back and say, I had the best possible experience, we have achieved our goal. Education, today starting of 2 important courses. There are almost about 10 to 12 lakhs is the shortage of nurses in India. And aptly you have taken the BSc as a focus because that is the one which will make you a differentiator in the market. And the issue is with a sound practical knowledge and a good affiliations, I humbly request, I will also work with whatever I can get. International affiliations to your exchange programs of your teaching program are very, very important. The moment you get that, you move up in your stature. Fortunately, on the board of medicine, we have 2 key pillars. John Hopkins president is on the thing, and Minnesota academic head is on the thing. Let us see where all we can get some sort of a minimum, even if they can come and online and teach some of our students practical. It may not happen on the year 1. I'm sure if we get a good international recognition for what we do, our students will gain more. I'm sure the sir, the principal showed the job opportunity. There is a huge job opportunity. The healthcare will be the next IT in this issue. And pandemic has shown how much we have weak in our healthcare systems. Public health, nursing health, allied sciences will play a very major role. The clinical role will start with becoming a leadership role, whereas the active execution of the clinical leadership will come from allied sciences and from the nursing. For me, nursing is very passionate. I think I was just telling to sir, 1993, I inaugurated the first Bangalore nursing college in my life. Today, probably the second time I'm trying to do that thing. I have been part of the journey of the Manipal education. I was the head of the academics in the initial part of my Manipal journey. And I think it is an exciting thing because students and parents have always to be respected. That there are two things for the nursing, light lighting ceremony in their life when they take a pledge, what they do, and the day the graduation ceremony when they walk out and get into that. But what is important is the period in between. How do you learn patient care? Hippocrates said way before, you will never be able to cure all the diseases, but you can care for everybody. You can care for everybody. Whether if you ask me, if all the wealth and all the technology, can you cure all the diseases? Sorry, there is no answer for it. But caring, each one of us can care about the patient. If we care, if it is my mother, my sister, my father lying down there, our attitude will change. I wish this great academic institution a fantastic success, a very resounding, proud moment to the promoters, two giants who have made this brain child of their thing to come, and two young shoulders which are going to take it ahead, and all the faculty and the team to get it. And bright students, all the best for you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for your kind words, sir. I extend
One small thing about demand for nurses. Different speakers have said even some different statistics. I think the principal said something on the chief guest something. 3 million nurses are in deficiency as of now. But by another 10 years, it could be 1 crore nurses are required. So this is the statistics we normally hear from the speakers and also read through newspapers. And my own vice chancellor, probably must be knowing him, no more, Dr. Kulandai Song. He was a vice chancellor of Indira Gandhi National Open University. While inaugurating one such nursing institution, he said one small statistic, I still remember it with fond memory. For every doctor in America, there are half a dozen nurses, supporting staff for every doctor, I'm getting confused, for 6 nurses, there is 1 doctor. For 6 nurses, 1 doctor. But each doctor requires 6 nurses. That means the demand for nurses is overflowing. Many of our trained nurses are going abroad, not being in India. But India is now providing beautiful opportunity in local institutions and elsewhere. So therefore, those people who are joining for this and allied institution will have a bright future in getting the jobs further, in improving their higher education further. Once again, I wish them all the best.
Thank you, sir. I extend my warmest gratitude to the dignitaries, Honorable Chairman, all the students online and their parents for being such patient listeners and making this event a successful one. I would like to conclude the vote of thanks by quoting Michelle Obama. Do not be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay.